got a production manager, Ian, running the show in the back.
Right on.
And it says we're live. We trust him? Okay, we're gonna trust him. All right.
I love it.
We could record for the next hour.
Let's roll.
And nothing actually be recording.
Hey,
So.
I mean, I've been. Yes, I was gonna say.
It will happen again.
I've been there before myself.
Here's what I don't like. This one is flashing, and this one is not.
Uh-oh.
That's all right.
So you muted?
Yeah. No, we're probably not muted. We're probably still going right now. But this mic is hot as well. This is courtesy of Coach
Johnson.
Okay. And that's Coach's brother-in-law?
That is my brother-in-law, Luke Johnson.
Okay. So I'm just going to reset this, but we'll get going this morning.
I'll use my teacher voice. How
There we
about
go. Joined by head golf coach, and Mr. Spears, teacher at the high school. And for this crowd in particular, maybe more familiar with the analyst and color commentary on the Toronto Sports Network.
Join it.
Coach Spears, glad to have you.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
We are also joined by Ryan Miller, former player under my tutelage. And by mine, of course, I mean his dad was the head coach, and I was the babysitting assistant coach. But I was pretty good with working with the boys, right, Ryan? Show some love, right? Yeah, we're good. We're mic'd up. We're ready to rock and roll. Okay. So, hey, Coach, heck of a win last night. We'll just start there.
All right. Yeah. No. I mean, unbelievable night. First off, it started out with a great crowd. Everybody kind of came out. The student section was unbelievable. Community was great. But a rivalry game, right? And it was one of those things where it was. I told these guys, I said, it's awesome to be able to get a rivalry game where the conference is, on the line really, at home, and it was a unique opportunity. And, I told my staff last night, it's such a big win for us year one, to beat a rival the way we beat them, right? And be able to show these guys that, hey, what we're doing, what we're preaching it's coming to fruition, because these guys work so stinking hard, man. And it's like, I demand a lot from them, and you're coming off that Avon loss, and obviously it's Avon, they're a great team and everything like that, but it's like, you want them to have something tangible. And last night I think they were able to see that, and I'll never forget that feeling in the locker room afterwards, seeing these guys in the locker room afterwards, and seeing these guys.
He was pretty jacked up, right?
Oh yeah. It was fun. So no, it was I got home about 1:00 and I woke up again at 3. I was too excited. So. It's just one of those things where it's a great win for our program, great win for our community, and now it's on to the next one. These guys will enjoy it for a couple of days. We're ready for Pendleton.
Ryan, talk to us a little bit about that environment in the locker room.
Oh yeah, it was definitely a lot of energy. Like you said, rivalry game. It was a big win. Obviously, we won by 18. We played really well, offensive and defensive side, but no, we were hyped
cool.
in that locker room.
I'll tell you what, I thought it was really cool. First of all, I love when we got the boys and girls doubleheaders, right? So you get some extra fans in the building, quite honestly, who don't always see the boys play or who don't see the girls play. And in that game before us, we wouldn't be doing our job if we didn't call out Lauren Barrett.
Awesome.
And her 1,000 points. Yeah. Coach, you had that on the call.
Yeah. And one of the things that, being around the game of basketball, you score 1,000 points in your career. That's dedication. That goes all the way back to putting the basketball in your hand for the first time.
Yep.
And every minute that you've put into the gym since then leads up to that. That's a great accomplishment for her, a great accomplishment for the program to have that. That was really special to be able to be on the call for that.
I would not be surprised if I'm sitting across from a 1,000-point scorer.
Yeah, he's going to get there.
Right? I've seen
get there.
So this sophomore class in particular, because I have a son in the sophomore class, Ryan's buddy. So I've seen them since they came up in that first year of travel basketball, and not a single person in that class has put in more gym time than this guy right here.
Well, he's going to be more than a 1,000-point scorer. He's going to be a winner. And I think that's the thing that Ryan, adds more than people even realize, is he's a winner on and off the court. Like this guy right here, he's the guy that's carrying water bottles off the bus. And one of your best players is doing stuff like that, carrying water bottles on and off the bus.
Sets the tone.
It sets the tone for younger guys, sets the tone for our program for years to come. And, he's a building block. And, so outside of 1,000 points, man, he's going to win a lot of games, but he's also going to, I told him, I said, man, you're going to hang a banner here, but in 10 years, you're going to be able to come back and you're going to look up and there's going to be 3 or 4 up there. And you're going to say, I never played on that team, but I'm responsible for those as well because of the base that and he's a key piece to that.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, and I'll share a quick story. Ryan knows this one. Coach, you haven't heard this yet. So I have a junior and a freshman, so wrapped around Ryan.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I knew his family a little bit and everything. So I have Ryan in class for management. And somebody asked me, who's your favorite senior? And I said, Ryan Miller. And they went, Ryan's not a senior. And I said, yeah, he is.
Of course he
And they
is.
no, he's a sophomore. And I said, no, Ryan's a senior.
Thank God
And
he's a
where that
sophomore.
was coming from,
Right.
yeah, right. I said where that was coming from is his maturity, his dedication, his seriousness.
Yep.
The work that he puts into the classroom is always top notch.
Yep.
Respectable, just just a really good kid.
That
right?
comes from good folks, right?
Absolutely, yeah, it has to, right?
Kristen and Mike,
yeah,
great.
yeah,
Now,
absolutely.
the question here is, Ryan, basketball skills. Who's better, mom or dad?
Oh, I'm on the spot.
Because mom played at the next
I
level.
gotta say my mom. Yeah,
Okay.
my dad. I know my dad played tennis in high school.
Okay.
He was pretty good at that.
Yeah.
But my mom played in college.
Yeah. And she's from Bloomington, which, as we all
Oh, okay, right.
know, essentially the birthplace of real basketball.
Right, there we go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And anytime I'm around, it's going to be an IU play.
Yeah,
All right.
you got to go with what you know.
Overtime win against Ohio State last night.
Barely do.
A win is a win. A win is a win.
I was Luke Goody, one of Luke Goody's first basketball coaches.
Are you serious?
I was. So
Oh,
Nephew
I-
of Trent Green. For
yeah,
those
I
of
coached.
you who-
I too coached TJ, his son.
Really?
Yeah, so Trent actually lived in Fort Wayne when he first for a little while. So his wife and Luke's mom are sisters.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they lived in Fort Wayne for a little while. So I coached TJ, I coached Luke Goody. So
Okay.
Caleb First at Purdue as well.
Oh yeah,
So,
Caleb
so-
First,
so-
7-footer.
yeah, so all those guys. Yeah, if you would have told me that Caleb First was going to be the player that he was, I would have told you you're crazy. I would have taken
Wow.
that bet in a second. But just
Painter's
great,
a hell of a coach.
great guys, great kids. So, but no, Luke. It was good to see
I
Luke
don't
have
like
a
to
good
say
game.
that out loud, but
Right.
he's good. He's real good.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
great.
that was fun, Coach.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back to you for a little bit.
Sure.
Golf coach.
Yeah.
First year was last year's head coach.
No, this will be the first year.
This will be the first year, okay.
Coach Pemberton left classrooms and assistant principal
yeah,
now.
he's up in administration.
So
now.
yeah. So previous coaching experience out at North Montgomery, led the boys and girls golf teams out there.
Oh, cool.
So it was kind of a natural fit. Coach Knapp reached out to me over the summer once Coach Pemberton got his promotion and said, "Hey, would you like to lead the golf team?" And I'm working at West Chase Golf Course part time as well, so have some connections in there and everything.
Just
so.
Coach sparked up again. every
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
This
yeah,
came up,
that's
I
right.
believe, a couple of episodes.
I'm
ago.
excited. I'm excited for golf season. Man. I know he picked up golf a little bit this summer, so golf's becoming a popular thing around
That's
here.
right,
So.
that's
Well, between tennis and golf, quite honestly, those are the two sports you get to play forever.
Yeah. There's
It's
a lot
great,
of money
yeah.
that's made on the golf
Golf,
course.
and I tell guys all the time, when I was in college coaching, we encourage guys to play golf because, in business and stuff, you take your
That's
clients
it.
out
Yeah,
and stuff
that's
like that. You're able to do that for so long.
Yeah,
It's a good
and I-
sport to have.
Trust
Yeah.
me when I tell you, in business, if you're not a great golfer and you go out, it's embarrassing.
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. You can be a
Yeah,
good
you
golfer.
First-hand experience.
Right. Now it's going to be pickleball too, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
So like the old '80s racquetball, right?
Yeah,
No,
That
right,
was a
right.
business.
Right.
You put some headbands on.
Right, that's right.
Right, actually, it's funny. One of my lady that I basically call like my second mom. Her name's Lisa Moreland. She started when her kids left the house. She started playing pickleball in like these tournaments, and now she's like nationally ranked. She plays all over the place for money and everything like that. And she just it's unbelievable.
Wow.
Apparently it
She's
shows
a
the
partner?
career.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys run me out of town here. That may be the thing that I have to do. Is
Keep
play
winning like
pickleball.
that, Coach. We got a spot for you for a while.
As long as I got guys like him, I'm gonna be all right. So,
Ryan, freshman year, you got some minutes on varsity. Grew up playing for the old man. First year not playing for the old man. What's it been like?
I don't know. I definitely miss playing for him, but the new coaches are great. I love them all.
Awesome.
It's been a great season so far. Having fun.
Well, I can tell you, you got Parker, Jackson, you. Am I missing anybody who all grew up playing for your dad? Carver, yeah. That's pretty good. Okay. And I can tell you firsthand because I was on the coaching staff for a minute or two. He taught those guys the foundation of basketball.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's made it easy
it's
for
really
me.
made it easy, right?
Right. I mean, that's a high IQ.
You're not having to bring them up to a certain level. And then,
Exactly. And now it's just they did a really good job with those guys to the point where now it's being able to expand it in even more, right? Like I had the basis already, and they did a great job teaching them the basis. Now it's advancing it more. So like last night you saw, I think I said we ran 32 set plays last night. We scored on 24 of them. That doesn't happen. Like you usually score in about 14 to 15% of your plays. And a lot of it was these guys are making the correct reads off of it. And so
it's fun to watch.
It is. Like I think about one of the plays we ran. Daniel came off a ball screen. We set what we call a Toro screen for Wes last night, and because of the confusion, because we ran it correctly, Daniel gets a wide open layup, right? And then in the second half, we ran a play we call back lock, and they made the correct read. Paris got a wide open three in the corner. I don't think he hit it. It was a wide open three. Ryan came off of it. It was wide open. Ryan made the great read off of it. So they did a great job of giving those guys the right basis and the foundation. Where now it makes it easy for me. I just got to put them in the right positions. I know they're going to make the right plays.
I'd be willing to say you guys probably had more points off assists than you had previously.
Oh, I mean, these guys shared the ball great. And one of the things last night that we did was, and I told these guys going in, I said, if the game's in the 40s and 50s, we're going to be in trouble. But when we get it to the 60s, we're going to be all right. And part of that was pushing the ball up the floor by pass and getting the ball up the floor, and we did that. We dictated the pace the entire night, and I think that shocked them a little bit last night. And that's a testament to these guys. I told them the game was going to be won by a foot.
Yeah.
If our ball pressure was this far away, we were going to struggle. If it was like this, we were going to win the game. And that's kind of what happened last night. And a testament to him. Like I told him, he was going to deny Lark all night last night, right? And and I knew that it was probably going to affect him a little bit offensively, right? But I also knew that he wanted to take on the challenge. And every time I turned around, he was like, "Am I the stick guy? Am I the stick guy?" I'm like, "Ryan, I got to get you off a little bit."
I kept hearing you guys stick.
He wanted to be the stick guy the entire night, and I'm like, "Ryan, I got to get you some shots here. Like, I got to get you a little bit of a break." So, but that's a testament to him. That shows you what he's about, right? And it shows you what Ryan's about. He's not about, hey, like I think he had 6 points last night. They were huge 6 points, but Lark was frustrated the entire night. Right? Yeah, but Lark was frustrated the entire night because a guy like him and Eli being able to, and DT being able to frustrate him, and he had 20 something, but it was an earned 20.
He earned it. Well, and let's not get it wrong. That's a hell of a player. That's why you got the stick guy on.
Right. But I mean, I was so proud of him because it was.
How about that crossover that kid's got?
Yeah, it's quick. It's a quick one. I was so
I'll
proud
tell you
of him.
what, you brought it up. You got him a blow because he was having to do all that ball pressure. Eli Morgan's been out most of the year.
Oh my God, what a
just
game.
returning. That dude came in and he gave Lark all kinds of fits.
And Eli's strong, right? Like Eli's strong, but he's like he's a no nonsense kid, right? So like and the great thing about Eli is like you don't have to repeat anything to Eli. You don't have to do anything. Like Eli's just going to do the right thing, do exactly what you say. Hell or high water, and it's great. And it was good too because you had Ryan who was high IQ and was able to like stick with Lark, and then then you brought Eli in who was able to be a little bit more physical with him, and then you had DT come on to him too. Who got in his grill, got in his head. So it's like that poor kid, he gave up.
DT clapping in his face when he scored.
And
he loved doing that.
Oh, it's so good.
So no, I mean it was, but Eli Morgan, man, I told our guys, man, I wish I had Eli, stupid broken foot, but but the thing with Eli that I love the most about Eli is, he broke his foot, he's coming back. I said, Eli, what do you want to do? He goes, can I get a couple JV games in? He wasn't too prideful to be like that. It was like, hey, I want to get a couple of these in so I can get moving a little bit.
Feet under me.
Right, and that's that just shows the type of kid he is. Put that pride away, go play a couple JV games, and work his way back, and then. He's the type of kid, like I told him, I said, you might play 2 minutes tonight, you might play 20, I don't know. And he's like, Coach, whatever I got to do. And it's like, yeah, absolutely.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll tell you what, we bring up Eli, obviously Ryan sitting here, but I thought 1 through 8 and even 1 through the bench.
Right.
Came in tonight. Was it the most balanced scoring you've seen as well?
I don't know about scoring, yes, but just overall contributions, right? You have guys, every guy that came in, like I told Amari last night, Amari came in and I think he only had 1 point, right? But his ability to dictate the tempo, right? Like he was able to come in and continue to pressure guys, and even though he got foul trouble, right? Like he was frustrating those guys up and down the floor, and you could tell it played dividends in the second half. Those guys were tired.
Oh, they were.
So you got Amari doing that. Eric Deans comes in, gives a couple good minutes. That way Kellen took a blow.
And mentally they were done.
Yeah, no, they were mentally messed up.
Team.
I mean, yeah, they have 6 seniors. They've been through it. They all played last year as juniors. So it's like, they'll have all the experience. I just think they were shocked. They were shocked at how and one thing I'll tell you about our guys is they just keep coming at you. Like they're not going to back down. Even
waves, right?
even Avon. It was you look at the score and you're like, but our guys never. I told our guys in the Avon game.
We lost the first quarter.
Right. Well, and I told our guys
After
hey.
That, it was good.
Well, I told our guys, I said, the only thing that's going to embarrass you is if you give up.
Yeah.
The score's never going to embarrass you. It's if you give up with the score.
Yeah.
And I tell you, these guys just keep coming at you, and that's mentally hard.
Yeah.
Especially if last night they could never get into their offense last night. And I think that mentally wears on you. And like I said, even Sam Parsons comes in, plays a couple minutes, and
Sam got some minutes.
Yeah, got a big time rebound, and he was in his help side the way that he was supposed to, and so it's like, when you can have contributions from guys like that, and get Wes a blow here, get Ryan a blow here, and the tempo stays the same, or even gets a little bit faster, even sometimes. That's good, because that's the way we want to play. We want to play fast.
Yeah, we did a good job stretching that court on the offensive end too.
We did.
And I think I saw Wes, Ryan, Kellen, Paris. I think Daniel hit a three. I mean, we probably had six.
We were 11 or 25 from three last night. I think 6 guys hit one.
Yeah,
that's hard to guard.
Well, just to echo what you were saying too, I've been on that side before where you're in a blowout, where you're getting blown out, and you start to see guys drop their heads, and you start to see them bicker at each other. And that's a sign of a winner when you don't see that happen on the court, when you guys are sticking together, even through adversity. That says a lot about paying off those dividends later on down the road.
Well, he actually came to me at halftime. He said, "Look, they're defeated at halftime." And they were huffing and puffing, and again, a testament to these guys. They just, everything I asked from them, they just keep coming at you,
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you so much, Ryan. You want to refill on your coffee?
All right, I got about one more question in me, and then I've got to hit the road to North
love
Montgomery
it.
High
Coach
School for some wrestling today.
Coach, one thing I want to talk to you about was this.
Yeah.
Tri-West Sports Network.
Yeah.
And what that's been like, how you've got those kids organized, and honestly starting to put out a pretty good product.
I mean, and to be completely honest with you on that, you kind of showed me a little bit, and I showed them, and then they've run with it. And really all I do is I get to talk basketball, which I love doing, I kind of let them run. Connor and Lane, who you guys hear on the broadcast, they alternate. They kind of take the reign and they run with it, and I've had some kids come on board that are experimenting
you got a
with
few kids
camera
behind
angles.
the scenes, right?
Yeah. Landon Hoffman's been showing up.
I had a guy in my huddle last night with a
Landon Hoffman. He's committed to the shot.
Yeah.
Right.
He
So
likes kind of walking.
you may be in the locker room one day, giving a fiery speech and turn around.
We've had some talks.
Is there an edit button on any of that?
Well, that's
stuff?
what
the good news is we have no sound.
No audio.
Okay, that's
when I talk to
a
him
positive.
about understanding the situations of when to get a little closer and when to back off.
Yeah, it's good for you.
Yeah, but those guys have done great, and I love it. I know this day and age, it's really good to see, where things are going with broadcasting and
We're still good
stuff. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were looking at me like,
That was,
no, we're good.
Yeah.
Unless you want to hit it, you feel free to hit whatever you want.
Yeah, so it's been good, to be able to provide that to the community, grandparents, distant relatives, that kind of thing.
my family
Your
up in
family's
Fort,
not in town, right?
my family up in Fort Wayne and Auburn,
Yeah.
they watch it every game. And
I'm sure we got Bloomington watchers, right?
Yeah. So that's been a lot of fun to be a part of that, and I appreciate you
No, it's been
allowing
fun.
me to be a part of it.
And like I said,
Have
guys
you seen one yet? Have you gone back and watched one? That's your
Games?
homework.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
on the sports
Yeah,
network. That's awesome.
I watched the West Lafayette one.
That's
Okay.
fun.
Yeah, I tell you what though, and it's unbelievable what you're doing for the kids that want to get into broadcasting. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's and that was our goal when we first talked.
Absolutely.
And so to see these kids kind of take off with it, I think more kids are getting more interested in it too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's so many of us, myself included, like sports is the culture that I love to be around and I want to continue to be a part of.
Yeah.
But sports pass all of us by eventually.
Sure.
Right?
I don't know about you. I'm still trying to make the NBA.
We all get to playing sports.
Right.
It passes all of us, no matter what.
I was going to go to the G League tryout.
That's right. Yeah.
Good luck, Coach. Good luck. I love basketball.
As long as we have a defibrillator somewhere.
The end of basketball for me was 7th grade.
Yeah.
I made the 7th grade B team. I was
Okay.
really good.
Undefeated, right?
Yeah. I grew up in Brownsburg. That's a tough basketball
Yeah,
environment
okay.
back in the 90s.
Yes, it was.
Yes, but so how do you stay connected, right? Even for those guys who, high school now, even the guys I knew in high school couldn't compete with what these kids can do.
Yeah.
Okay, so to be able to be a part of a 5, 10, 12-man rotation, that's really hard.
Yeah.
So what other avenue do you have as a lover of the game to continue to be a part of it? And Tri-West Sports Network and those like it are that additional outlet.
Well, and I love that we can put a spotlight on our players, coaches, our community.
That's the other opportunity,
in this
right?
day and age, there's so many options on a Friday night. You talked about Brownsburg in the 90s, early 90s. Everybody went to Pizza Hut. and then everybody went to the varsity gym. And when I say everybody, I mean the entire town.
I mean, that's what I felt like last night. I bet we had 100 students there last night.
Yeah,
Students showed up.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And nowadays with so many options and entertainment,
I heard some of the stuff they said after the game.
Did you?
yeah,
The good news is I feel like they do a good. Well, they toe that line pretty good.
yeah,
And
So do I.
yeah,
as all good,
sure.
Right.
smack talkers, if you will,
yeah,
do, right? They toe
Yeah.
that line. Coach, I don't want to hold you too long.
Yeah,
You got a boy
sorry.
wrestling today. You gotta
my
get out
boy
there.
wrestles. So we got conference out at North Montgomery today.
Good.
Okay,
So
what
heading
what
out.
weight class are you in?
150.
Okay.
150.
too.
He's wrestling
Me too.
up. Well, yeah, I know. I was there at one point. It's,
I swear.
150. He's
left
enjoying
leg.
it. Wrestling's I'm learning a lot about it.
How long's he been doing it?
1 year.
Hold on, I gotta I'm like Ted Lasso with soccer, so I gotta understand.
Okay.
So I was watching Grace Marshall. Congratulations, Grace, on
Yes,
making
state-
state.
state
Congratulations,
finals.
Grace.
Yeah.
So I was in class. Guys, sorry, Tom and Trick. I was in class and we were watching her wrestle or whatever during
Good
class.
for you.
And I have no idea how you score. No idea.
Yeah.
Well, we could demonstrate, but probably not.
Maybe we
Right.
could bring Coach Avila or Coach
Yeah.
McCoy on.
Okay,
for,
yeah.
Take
a
downs,
talking
right?
about-
Okay.
Take somebody
So
down.
so when we have the wrestling coaches on, we'll have we'll have to explain to me because it's like trying to explain to Ted Lasso what offsides is. in
Yeah,
soccer.
yeah,
Like, I had
right,
no idea.
right,
So
right.
Ted
Yeah.
Lasso's my dude.
yeah,
But it,
so.
it teaches you a lot. It's been good for him, and yeah. So I'm gonna go out and watch some wrestling.
Well, we look forward to hearing you at the next broadcast.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Honestly, at the top of my head, I don't even know
Danville.
what that is.
Danville.
Danville.
Oh.
Next Friday, Danville. We're gonna plan on doing another boys girls doubleheader.
Heck of a call.
So
man.
we'll be on the call for
That'll be a big one for us.
That will be a good one.
All right, get out of here, Coach.
All right, thanks guys. I appreciate it.
You want to put that on him if you want.
All right, thanks guys.
All right.
Oh, I need to pay.
I'll take
got
it.
it.
We got it. Yeah, we got it.
You guys are good.
All right, we're
I
good.
promise.
All right.
Hey, I promise maybe. We might hear some of them behind us. You never
That's
know.
right. That's right. Hey, you know what? Hey, I'm sure they're talking about something important too.
It keeps it exciting. All right, Ryan. Last year you got to play with your brother, Drew. Heck of a ball player. I want to say he played varsity for 4 years. He saw minutes, right, for all 4 years. A lefty. Now he's in the friendly confines of God's country in Bloomington, Indiana. I know. I see him shake his head every time. Talk to me about what it was like playing with Drew last year.
Yeah, it was great. It's a big opportunity being able to play with your older brother.
It does not get to happen all that often.
It was a really fun year last year. Being able to play with him, share, playing basketball with your brother. That's awesome.
You think there's any does the timeline work out where Evan, your younger brother, gets any minutes with
Yeah,
you?
well, yeah, I'll be a senior. He'll be a freshman.
Okay, so same scenario.
Yeah.
Why do I-
Evan's a heck of a player
Why
too.
do I think Mike and Kristen did that on purpose?
Thank you for doing that on purpose.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
So yeah, that'll be fun. You learn from Drew on how to, take somebody under your wing, mentorship, and now you got to do it with Evan. That coming up in a couple of years.
Yeah, definitely. I learned a lot from him. Being the point guard. He was a great floor general.
Yep.
Always telling people where to be on the plays, and I've learned from him. Learned a lot. I lead off his example.
I'll tell you what, Drew's the sweetest kid off the court, but
Oh,
my
yeah.
man could talk some smack on the court.
He was different on the court.
He
You
was.
got a little smack talk last night. You and 20
Okay.
a little bit. You guys got into it a little bit. In
I
front
love
of me.
it.
I loved every second of it.
And that's fun for the other team too. I mean, it
No,
looks
it's not. Not last night. It wasn't. Not last night. It wasn't. I'm okay
real
with that.
player would be able to come
If
back
me,
at it.
me and Hendricks weren't getting along either. So
That's fun. So sophomore campaign, obviously off to a pretty good start. Talk to me about what the goals are, because goals shift throughout the season, right? Where are we now versus where we started, and where do we plan to be at the end?
I'll let you start on that one.
Well, yeah, I'd definitely say for goals, conference championship and sectional championship. For
Okay.
Sure. Those are two big ones. And then, obviously the smaller ones, like just get better every day at practice. Always
Right.
go 100%. Play as a team, play hard, all that stuff.
Talk to me about the bell ringing as well.
So-
We've talked about it before on the show, but I've seen Ryan ring that bell as much as anybody, so
Yeah.
I really want to understand what that is.
So it's a couple things. So we, obviously after every win, we want to ring it. So last night I broke the bell, so we have to get a new. We have to get a new.
A little too jacked up, coach.
Yeah, we have to get a new rope for it. But no, so it originally started as a Pacers thing. One of my good friends, Mike Weiner, he's the offensive coordinator for the Pacers.
Okay.
And I went to one of their practices, and they have a bell in their arena or in their practice facility where they shoot 25 threes. And if you hit 20 of them, you get to ring the bell.
Yeah.
It's like an exit ticket, right? So we started with that, and then one of my good friends that's in Kentucky now, Alvin Brooks III. He used to do when they were at Baylor.
He's the third one.
Yeah, the third one. His dad's senior. He's the head coach of Lamar. But they do something they call Baylor shooting, which is 10 minutes of shooting straight with one rebounder. You have to hit 100.
Okay.
If you hit 100 in that, so we do that one probably more so than the exit tickets. And Ryan holds our record. Was it 116? I think it is. 114. So 114 threes in 10 minutes where you're just catching.
So it's got to be
shooting.
threes,
right? And it also.
So I'm imagining myself running under the basket, just trying to hit layups.
But the good thing it does too, it gets you with a teammate where your teammate has to work for you a little bit, And so Ryan's always ringing it. Paris, Eric Dean's got it a couple of times. I think Caden Murphy's got it.
Caden come through.
Yep. I think that's about it.
What are we doing for the big guys then, Coach?
Shoot them.
Love it.
Well, that's why Wes hit 3 last night.
Wes was on fire from the 3-point line.
He's got to shoot more.
If he can stretch that court all the way out to the 3-point line,
makes us hard to guard. Like
your spacing gets better. Everything changes.
Well, like last night, for instance, they were hard hedging everything, and they have to because our guards are so quick and going to get in the paint. And you can pop Wes that way. They're able to throw back to Wes, and Wes is wide open, and then it just makes space for everybody else.
They think Wes is setting that high ball screen. He's going to slip it down to the block, and then when he stays up high, he's got that wide open.
And they had to adjust because now and that's why these guys started getting in the paint late in the game was they had to adjust because they had to get back to Wes so quickly. They couldn't stay on that hedge long enough. So now they're turning the corner and going, and he made great reads all night. And,
I'll tell you what, there was one play Ryan was airwalking, didn't get the finish, but man, which one you came up and then under.
In the first half down there.
It was pretty. You wanted that one, didn't you? Just walking through air, bro.
Yeah.
That was fun to see. You said Danville's up next?
Yeah.
Rivalry game. You experienced one of those two of them actually, right? We played them a couple times.
Yeah, I know we played them 3 times.
Good ball team last year.
County, then regular season. I was hurt that game.
Okay, that's why we didn't.
And then sectionals.
Okay.
So, definitely, obviously, weren't able to win one last year. So
quick, shifty point guard. I remember him.
Tricker's a good player.
Yeah. Big man in the middle left though. He graduated, right?
Yeah.
They have the other kid, number 4. What's his name? Scrafton. And he's tough too.
Is he back?
He is.
Yeah. He's
okay. All right.
He's a tough matchup. He's big, strong, shoots it well. Like he's a tough matchup for us. So
he's a little taller, right? Maybe
he's about 6'3", maybe. 6'3"? Yeah, he's got a good body on him too.
Yeah,
like he's a
dude.
He's got like a football body. So, but we got to take care of Pendleton first. We play Pendleton next Saturday, which is a big game for us. It's one of those things. It's a prove-it game.
Is that a road game?
It is. It's at Pendleton. Joe and I know Joe a little bit from when I was recruiting in college and as a college coach, and said, hey, we'll come up there. You return to us, so we get to come home next year, which is cool.
How fun.
But we're gonna go up there and we're gonna compete and fully expect to win that one and get ready. And what I tell these guys is like where can we push that ceiling every night?
Yeah.
Because that ceiling is your floor the next day. And so how far can we push that ceiling every day? And last night we pushed that ceiling pretty high, and now that's our floor. So now it can't come back down it can't come back down. Now we got to push the ceiling again, set the next floor, right? We're building a skyscraper. So it starts with Pendleton, but Danville's a big one for us. Mostly because of conferences.
That's a conference game, and
right. And Southmont beating Danville, and then Danville beating Lebanon. That helped. It's we control our own destiny. That's all that I could ask for. He was talking about goals earlier. Winning the conference was big. I told these guys how cool would it be to be the last team to win a Sagamore Conference championship.
Right.
And it's something that hasn't been done since 2019.
And then we're going to turn it right around and be the first team to win the Hoosier Legends Conference.
There we go, and that's the plan. And like the section.
Be legendary, Ryan.
Right. Scott did a great job with that too. That's going to be a fun conference to play.
He did do a good job.
Scott,
Logo's genius.
The logo's
Legendary's
awesome.
Genius. All of it's great.
Yeah, the logo's awesome, and it's going to be a fun conference to be in. It's going to be very competitive.
It will be.
But when you go to the goals though, like our first goal is to finish out this count. Like that was step 1 last night. And so now it's Pendleton will prepare us for that sectional. They play a similar style to maybe like a Brebuff and all them. So being able to prepare for that because that's the second goal, right? And so that'll be good.
We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about our hardwood homecoming king, Mr. Kellen Dakin.
Yeah, I walked in and he was all smiles at halftime, and then credit to him though,
he came out, he hit some threes after halftime.
Yeah, he had a 3 after halftime. He I thought he got a bad whistle a couple times.
He got a real bad whistle.
The one that fouled him out was a bad one. But
picked up a couple fouls on that.
Right, but that shows his maturity. It's hard. It's hard for a 17, 18-year-old kid.
Coach
to go
kept it all
that-
serious when we were trying to get him on the extra foul there at the end.
Oh yeah. But they, one of the things is he did a great job, and all these guys we've been struggling in third quarters.
Okay.
That's been our Achilles heel, and so I've been trying to find different ways. So came in, they refocused. We got them, we have our nutrition station in there, so some of these guys ate a bar or some piece of cheese or something,
Oh, cool.
get some energy. And I think that changed because we came out, and we made them take the first time out.
Yeah,
I tell
came
these guys,
locked down.
well, I tell these guys if we can make them take the first time out at halftime, and get our team take it, that means you're going on a run, and they did that. And I think that that's a testament to all those guys. Kellen, congratulations, but it was a testament to him too, be able to do that and then come back in and come out and have the half he did. So, I think we took strides in that regard.
That was cool. You know what else we had? Our friends from Sugar May Boutique.
Okay, yeah.
They did the free T-shirt. I don't know if
Did
you
they
saw
really?
it,
Okay.
but
They're great.
The student section, their spirit wear.
Oh yeah, I wear that. So I wear their. I have a couple T-shirts that I wear to practices, and I wore one to church one day. Yes, I wear T-shirts to church. But everybody really loved them. It was
Listen,
it was like the
I'm not
bluish.
sure Jesus is worried about
Yeah,
what you're wearing.
Jesus loves basketball too. Right? I think he dunked on Jordan or something like that. Right? There's a T-shirt with it. Right. No, but no, he dunked on the devil. That's right. He dunked on the
He
devil.
continues to.
Right. Every day, right?
Particularly right now. Tell you
Right.
what, boys, we're in the middle of a great
Right.
awakening.
Well, I mean, we've had great sponsors all year. We've had, obviously Ricky's. We have Pizza Burrow. We had Podium Barbecue.
Yeah. All the support.
Yeah,
from Fleece Performance
Cochran's Catering, Fleece, Fleece Performance, and she does a great job with BYBL. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank our Booster Club and Kristen Miller for everything they do for
Yes.
us. And and so, like I said, if there's anybody I'm forgetting, I apologize. Because it's just been so overwhelming. Cornwell Plumbing.
Yep.
They did a great job. So Kirby's Heating and Air, all the threes, okay. Every three we hit is a Kirby Heating and Air three.
I love it.
So that's the thing that
Communities get involved.
the community loves these guys, and I think it's because they play so hard. And it's like it's a lot of my friends and stuff that are in the coaching circles just in high school now, like they're coming to me, how do you do this? How did you do this? I said, because I have just an awesome community that wants to do it. But on top of that, I have great kids that it's easy to rally around these guys, right?
Yeah.
It's like easy to watch these guys play on Friday night, like last night, and be like, I want to come back. And it's easy for those student sections to want to come back because how hard these guys play, but also because the kids they are in school and stuff like that.
Tell you what, after last night's game, if I'm a fan, I'm coming back every time.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I'm on the clock during the game, so I have to come back.
Right.
But
Well,
thereafter-
you get to hear all my commentary, so you
I-
get the good stuff.
It's
so.
behind the scenes where I get to sit. At the
Never
scores
tell my
table.
wife, please. Never
Absolutely
tell my wife.
not. I won't,
She,
I'm not telling parents either.
I got home last night. She said, "Was the tech on you?" I said, "No, it was not on me." That was the first thing I said when I walked in the door. The tech wasn't on me.
I had that same question over and over after the game. Who's that tech on? Well, it wasn't on coach. Let's just say
Yeah,
that.
it wasn't on me. It wasn't on me. I want that to be known.
I also had Kellen's grandfather, Jeff, good dude, after the game. He said, "What was that tech? Did he deserve it? What did he say?"
I
And
never
I said,
got an
honestly,
explanation.
I didn't hear him say a word.
I never got an explanation. That guy didn't want to talk to me. So
I don't
never
think
got
he
an
had
explanation.
one, if I'm being totally honest.
I think
We'd love for him to come back to the gym and officiate a game, of course.
I actually didn't think that crew was too bad, and if that's coming from me, like that's pretty good.
They were
So,
fun. They were
right,
fun.
Yeah.
And honestly, during the girls' game, and I love the camaraderie with the officials, the players, and the fans. Like a good official has a good time.
Right.
Okay. And during that first game, our fans were, they're starting to fill in the student section there, and one of the officials was just cutting it up. He was cracking up in front of our student section the whole time.
That's good.
That's what makes those games fun, honestly.
It is.
It's not just the X's and O's and what's going on in the court. It's the community involvement all the way around.
Was it the one with the mustache?
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that.
He was cracking up, right?
He refed our Crystal House scrimmage.
Our Crystal House, yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's good officials, and I gotta.
We need more officials.
We do, and I got to do a better job of, and I'm working on it. This is a personal thing, but I'm working on understanding that they're not college officials, so they're not paid like college officials. So
Right.
I can't talk to them like they're college officials. But these guys, these guys that are doing high school officiating, they're it's great that they do it.
They love the game.
They're doing it for the right reasons, and I got to remember that sometimes.
We got to get more young guys doing it.
We do, and that's the only thing that always scares me when we go into these games. We have some of these older guys that are doing it, like because of the way we play, are they going to be able to keep up?
Yeah.
Are they going to just blow the whistle so they have a break?
Sometimes older coaches don't like the high pressure defense,
They,
and they complain about it to the officials occasionally.
Right, yeah, I don't know when that happened recently, but
less than 24 hours.
Right, I was gonna say, and it started quick.
Mm.
It started
Play
from
one. Somebody was watching film and very concerned.
They did a great job of scouting us, but
maybe too good.
I think that they
focused on you a lot.
Huh?
Focused on us and you and your plays a lot.
Right. Yeah. And like 24-32. That's maybe they should have focused a little bit more. So
you never know. That's why we do what we do.
Absolutely.
Ryan, thanks for coming out, Coach.
For sure.
We look forward to taking on the challenge of coming weeks in Pendleton.
And like I said, I just want to say one more time how proud I am of this kid here and the leadership that he's shown. It's coming in as a sophomore, losing 6 seniors, with a new coach. I mean, it's hard.
Your brother.
Right. I mean, it's extremely hard. And I challenged him this summer. I said, we're only going to go as far as really you and Wes really take us, and Kellen as leaders, right? And I've challenged him every day with different things, right? And sometimes I got to remember he's 16, 17 years old sometimes. And I've asked him to be 19, 20, 18, 19, and he's done an unbelievable job with that. And even on the nights where he scores 6 points, we're not even close to winning that game without him.
No.
And I told him in the Western Boone game he didn't shoot it well either, but we don't win that game without him.
No.
And
I know you're asking him to be 19, but he was taller than me when he was 13. So
right, but no,
I had to quit standing next to Ryan early on.
But I'm just I have never been more impressed with somebody's taking on a leadership role as a sophomore than I am with him. And so I'm extremely proud of him. But I'm even more excited to keep seeing him grow.
All right, we're gonna see what happens here towards the end of the year, then the next 2 years.
Right, and I'm so glad that I get him for 3. So now we just got to see if we can get Wes and Kellen to reclass.
Do you guys think my production manager, cameraman is paying attention?
Hey, you awake over there?
Ian.
We still live?
We're getting towards the end, so we're going to do a really smooth end cutout where you hit the red button.
Or you're going to come up and just give a deuce sign.
The red button. The record button. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Well, you got to turn it off for us. Where did that portion of the...
Yeah, you